Oh, I need to give you my stream. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, I'm gonna exit.
Hold on. Yeah, you parked your ship?
Yeah.
Can
Are you
you,
streaming?
do you see it?
No. I don't have a link for your.
Check your Telegram. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's good. It's got a few seconds delay. It's got a couple seconds. Anyways, so I go in here. If you see, like, so this is the V button turns off and on. Maybe you should watch the stream, and then if you have any questions, just ask me in chat. In the voice chat we have. So I'm gonna be talking into the mic, but maybe you're better off just watching the stream and seeing what I do. And if you have questions, just hop into voice chat and ask me. Okay?
Okay.
Alright, so these rocks, I can tell you right now, like I already scanned this one, but like with this one here, for instance, on the left hand side is the signal strength here. And I'm in scanning mode, which is the V button. I can turn it off and on. And if I scroll my mouse wheel, it'll zoom in, and then the signal strengths go up on the right. If I hold down the left mouse button, it scans. So on the right, you can see the signal going, like the scan going up, and then top it shows scanning. It shows you the mineable commodities. This is not what I want. There's nothing in there. There's no quantanium in here. So. Oops. And you can visually inspect the rocks too. Usually if there's quantanium in them, they'll have like red veins on the face. And like I said before, you always want to be facing away from the sun when you're mining in Aaron's Halo, because if you're traveling towards the shadows, like if you're directly, like you can't, those rocks are so hard to see. If you're directly at the sun, if you turn around 180, like you can see everything here, right? Okay, let's go see and inspect this one. So usually I don't scan the rocks like that because it doesn't work a lot of the time. But it seems these ones are working, so I'll scan it. Oh, look, the scan. Oh, there, it's scanning. Tungsten lauronite. Okay, so there's nothing in this little cluster, but these are the kind of clusters you're looking for. Sometimes I even get lucky with just 2 rocks. It's great. what you want is a lot of these rocks are like you want a mass, like that's a mass. If you look on the left overview of the scan, that's mass 4631. So you want if you find one that it's a quantanium rock, you want a mass of that mass. You'll want at least 30% plus quantanium content. And if you want to do the math, for instance, if you open up your mining laser, and you do that by pressing M. Oh yeah, you can also scan with your mining laser too. Like it'll tell you exactly what's on the rock. Like that's usually how I scan it with the mining laser. Okay, so we were talking about the mass. So 4631, right? So you can see your cargo space is 32 SCU, right? You have 0 out of 32. Basically, the math goes as follows. 50 mass is 1 SCU, right? So, let's see here. So let's open up the calculator. So what did I say? 4631, right? And I said, so I said at least 30%. So if you multiply that by 30%, that's 1389 mass of a rock. Let's say, hypothetically speaking, would be 30%, right, of quantanium. It would be, let's say, 30% of the rock is quantanium, and the mass of the rock is 4,631. So that's the mass. You divide it by 50. That's still only 27 units, right? So 4631. You'd probably want somewhere around 35%. Yeah. So 4,600, 4,500, you want 36.5, and you're not going to be able to get all that. Most of the time, you'll get some other materials with it, but so about 35% is what you're looking for there.
So I got a question for you.
Yeah, what's up?
So basically, when you're mining, does it when you point at the asteroid that you're gonna mine from, where does it tell you the quantanium? Is it that the 35% of the whole asteroid is gonna be quantanium?
Well, yeah. So I scanned this, right? So there's two ways of telling. Right, you scan a rock. Tells you the mass on the left in the overview. So here's the overview. 4,931. And it's telling you what the rock is carrying. It's carrying 34% of tungsten ore, right? And it's
that's where it is.
1.2% of laranite. If you go into your mining laser, it'll also tell you things. Oh. It's a little bit easier when it's closer. See, if you look on the right of the mining overlay, there's scan results to the left of cargo. It tells you type asteroid, M type, right? So if this was an asteroid that was quantanium, it would be Q type, and it tells you exactly what the contents of it are. So 34.
So you're supposed to look for a Q type if you want to find quantanium.
So there's nothing here. So I usually just point myself, like, let's see here. Oops. 180 away from the sun, which is like, you see these, beside these two green spots on the screen here. I usually point myself at one of those there. I crank up the speed a little bit. I point myself in, and this is nice too because you can actually point yourself in the distance and not have to worry about hitting a rock because you can really see them when you're facing away from the sun. I do a ping. There's something below behind me. Oh yeah. Oh, forgot. So the thing about the pings, if if you press the period button there, it minimizes the FOV of the scan, and we want 180. We don't want to scan rocks behind us. If we pass them, we're not concerned about them. Okay, so there's a little thing right there, 9,000 meters away. And I crank up the speed a little bit, just so I can get past it a little bit better. Oh, there it is. It will shift around like that. One thing to note about the oh, look at that. There's a nice little cluster. Huzzah. Wow, that's a big cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You really need to learn how to manage your speed too in here. Let's see. I'm just going to visually inspect these ones. I can tell right away. Yeah, these are not oh yeah, these are Quantanium. See, you can visually inspect them. See how they have these red veins in them? That's quite the cluster of Quantanium. Now, sometimes the scanner bugs out. And, oh no, this one is not bugged out. Sweet. What do we got here? So that's a Q-type. It's got 2% Quantanium. Not interested. What do we got here? Oh, this one's going to be good. I could tell right away it's going to be good. And the reason I can tell is because you see this green bar here? It is smaller than this green bar. Oh, sorry. Yeah, than that green bar. The optimal bar is smaller. So basically this is going to fill my whole ship right here. Let me see here. Oh, this one's good too. No, this one's 6%. What is this one? Uh, 3%. There's a lot of rocks in here though. Oh, this is the goodie, right? This is the one that, yeah, this is the one that we want. I mean, I'm just checking because if I find another one that's got good value, like, you're just gonna get your ass out here and you can collect it. No, 3%. Oh, what's this? That's not bad. 29%. That's pretty good. It's got a mass of 4631. So that's going to give you. Let's see. I need to do the math here. Math calculator. So what do we got? 4631 multiplied by 29%. 0.29. Okay. Divided by 50. That's still 26 units of Quantanium. Potentially you have two loads in here, and the reason I say that is because if there's an out of range scanning, there's another rock that's got like 10% or something, or like close to it, you could break it apart and you could get a full load, close to a full load, not a full load, but close to a full load. Yeah, that one's got 6%. That would take you 35. Yeah, so the idea is here, if you have multiple rocks and you're going to mine multiple rocks, you have to break them apart first. You break them apart, there's three breaks. No, 2 breaks. The first initial break is to break the rock. This is going to take a little bit. Normally what I do is, I'm not going to use them right now, but normally what I use is I use a stampede module and 2 surge modules. Right, so the surge module, like, I can demonstrate it actually. Let's break this rock apart with the surge module. Show you what it does. Just, oh look, you can see my shadow. That means I'm perfectly aligned. So one thing you gotta look at is the effective range here. The green bar, so if I move back, it will pull away. So I want to be in a good effective range, right? Okay, mouse wheel scrolls up the laser intensity. If you look at the left there, that bar going up and down, sometimes it's hard to see, but it's pretty good. Laser intensity, usually on the first break, I go all the way to 100, and I fire the laser, right? So left mouse button, and it just initiates. You don't need to hold it, just goes. And then on the right here, you can see this little bar. It's gonna keep going up, right? So surge module, watch that bar. This is what it does. It saved me a lot of time, right? And then the stampede module. So I'm gonna probably drop to about 80% on the next break when it gets to the optimal line, and I'm gonna activate this stampede module. And those modules are activated with Alt and 1, 2, 3. So depending on which one you're in. I'm just demonstrating what they can do. The surge modules you can buy in Lorville, and stampede module you can actually buy in Arc L1. Okay, I'm in the green. I'm going to drop it a little bit to about like 90%. I'm going to activate that stampede module. I'm going to drop it a little bit further to 80%. You got to watch that green line. You can't get it into overcharge. If it goes into overcharge, what happens is if you have beautiful. See, the stampede module, if it goes, okay, anyways, if it goes into overcharge, what happens is it, basically it will lose some of the quantity of the mineral that you're mining, because what happens is it blows up some of the parts, right? So you don't want any energy in the overcharge when you're mining, right? So that's what that does. Anyways, that was just a demonstration of how quickly you can break a rock with the surge module and stampede module. Now I'm going to show you how you do it without them. You can do it. It's possible. It just takes a little. Oh shit! Yeah, this is still okay. So there's a timeout on this. If you look on the right here, and there we go, offline. Now it's offline. Always forget that. Here we go. I'm gonna crank the laser up to 100% with my middle mouse button, and I'm just gonna let it go. This is the good one.
You don't stop the laser until the rock breaks off?
Oh, sometimes I stop it because I don't want it into overcharge. If I go into overcharge in the second, usually in the first break I don't. I just lower the power. As you can see, like, this is taking a lot longer. Like 5100, 5200. That's why I like Aaron's Halo, because the rocks are a good size for a prospector. They're actually the perfect size, because I have not run into rocks that are larger than I cannot break, right? Sometimes I find too, you see those sparks coming off of the rock? I don't know if this is just me imagining things, but I feel like when there's sparks coming off, it's just like producing more power in the rock, and the line goes up a little bit faster. But yeah, usually on the first break, you don't need to turn off the laser. On the second break, yeah, because the second break, I'll show you. I just let it wait it out. But yeah, like Aaron's Halo is good because the rocks are good size for the prospector. If you go onto a moon, I have run into rocks that are 8,000 mass, and you're not going to crack that. Even if you have a surge module or a stampede module, like, it's just a waste of your time. Also too, like, depending on where you go in Aaron's Halo, like, it's really hard to find you. So pirates are, you know. So I kind of started the stream after I got into here. right? And as soon as it gets to green, I usually drop it from 100 to about 80%. But I wait till it gets into the green a little bit, like a couple notches. And no, not yet. It's kind of peaking.
Which green are you talking about?
On the right. The optimal laser charge.
The one that's filling with white now?
Yeah. That's where you want to be. Yeah, this one's having a little trouble. Oh, there we go. And now I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Oh, here we go. It's, yeah, see? Power critical. Got to turn it off. Yeah, I had to turn it off because I don't want to be in that. It's gonna lose quantanium content. So I turn it off. It is what it is. It takes a little bit longer, but I'd rather have the money than not have it. Okay, let's go down to 80%. Yeah, this rock is hard to mine. This is a doozy. Come on, go in, go in. Yeah, see, it's like it's toying with me, and then it's gonna go overpower. Gotta find out where the power sits, like where the sweet spot is. It looks like 89, 80, between 89 and 85 with this one. Okay, perfect. Let's see. I think a rock just blew up on me too. Let's see. This is 100% quantanium. That's 965 mass. Okay. So 965. What's this one got? What's this one? Composition. 21% quantanium. This one's nothing. Quartz. Yeah, I think we lost the rock somewhere. Yeah, it blew up. It definitely blew up. $709. Just doing some math here. 709. 1674. So it's 1674 quantanium. Oh, it's 33 units. Okay, so those two rocks is all I really need. This one and this one. Okay, so now we're going in for the second break. This one's a little bit different. You don't want to exceed like laser intensity about 30% at most. Sometimes a little bit higher, but I usually go up to about 30 and then drop down to about about 15%, sometimes less, sometimes more. Once it gets to the green, so you drop power by half. Yeah, if the rocks blow up, they will blow up your ship. So you have to keep it in the optimal, in the green, and we're dropping to like 15. A little bit more. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Come on. rocks are being tough. Nice thing about this is you can turn it off to cut power on the second brake, and then you can like get up to that 15%, 20% quite quickly with just a swipe of your middle mouse button. But you really have to work on that touch. That's one. Okay, I'm close. 30%. Back up to 20%. Turn it off again. I just don't want to mess it up. I don't want to overcharge it at all. I want every bit of quantanium in this rock, and if I overcharge it, yeah. If I overcharge it at all, it will lose some contents. Right. Okay. So I think that should be good. Press the right mouse button, that's the extractor. Left mouse button is fracturing mode, and fracturing mode, and then you press right mouse button and turns extraction mode on, and you just press it and it'll collect it until it's done. One thing to know about quantanium, though, it is an unstable element. This is why you break it up before you collect it. Is because it is unstable, and if it only has about, and you'll notice under the cargo section there will be, it will say unstable element in about a minute or so, and that and it'll have a timer, and that's how much time you have until your cargo explodes. And yeah. I don't think this is going to be enough. Maybe. That might be enough. Oh, right there it is. Time until critical, 14 minutes. So you have about 15 minutes once you start mining quantanium to deliver it back to... oh. No, that's the wrong one. That wasn't broken yet.
So the timer is for you to deliver back?
Well, no, it's the timer for your until your ship blows up. if you don't basically the timer stops once you store the ship at the station. Yeah, look at that. Boom, that's perfect. 32. We're good. Let's turn mining mode off. Clear route. Let's go back. Set route. Turn on our. Where are you? I think. There it is. There's that triangle. There it is. Arc L1. We're going back with a full cargo hold. So you've got 14 minutes to get there. If there will be an alarm when it goes off, so up top here, you'll see a light. You'll hear like this weird beeping alarm. You probably won't hear it because I've got lots of time to go, but you see a yellow light here. If by any chance you can't make it back in time, you can eject your cargo. You basically have to be in mining mode, and I think you press Alt J if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, key bindings. No. Alt T? No. Oh, Alt J, yeah. Alt J, I was right. modifier 1, Alt, and J. M1, modifier 1, jettison cargo. But you have to be in mining mode for that. Otherwise you won't be able to jettison it. So in an emergency, you know, if you pull up to the station and let's say you have like a minute and a half left, what you can do, and this works, is you just land on any pad without calling in for permission. And what it will do is they will actually impound your vehicle, and that takes about 40 seconds. So without like hailing, you know, pressing F11, going to friends and opening a comm channel to the station or whatever, you can just land on any pad on that station, and it will take 40 seconds for them to impound your ship, and that will stop the timer, because once your ship is stowed and stored in the station, the timer stops, right? It no longer applies. So this is why it's important to, you know, break apart all the rocks first, and then you mine them, and then you just haul ass back, right? So, but, oh yeah, if you do that, if you do just land on a pad without asking for permission, there's a $5,000 fine, a 5,000 credit fine, which is okay, because if you're hauling a full load like this and you refine it, the slow method, it's about 260 to 280,000 credits, you know. So, in my opinion, it's worth it. But that's if you know, if you don't have time. If you're very strapped for time, if you have like a minute left. This thing is bugged. Doesn't work all the time. we got here? We got 9 minutes and 50 seconds left at the bottom right there. Yeah, that was a good haul. That was a really good, quick haul too. So we got really lucky. The closer you get to that value that I showed you, that file that I sent you, the better. I find the better the quantity of Quantanium, and the better the Quantanium is. So the trick is finding, like, you know, I got lucky and I found a huge cluster, but sometimes even with like 2 rocks, I have found like a rock of 46% Quantanium and one of 20%. It's like, that's like 2 hauls, you know, you almost need
proceed to assigned landing bay.
my landing gear. Where's the assigned landing bay? Oh, there it is. Alright, I usually leave my ship on. I don't bother turning it off.
Complete. Have a pleasant stay.
because we got plenty of time. No worry there. We can stow it away here right away. But yeah, so if I didn't hail and I just landed on the pad, I would have had 40 seconds to get out of the ship before they impound it, which is good because that's when the timer stops, right? So because we're doing this manually, we now go into the fleet manager as soon as we come out of this elevator here, and we stow away the ship. Where is it? Store it. Perfect. Timer has just stopped. And then we go to the mining facility. Oh, sorry, not mining facility, refinery. Oh, there we go. Somebody else is mining in their fancy suit and their fancy pants. Okay, so there's two terminals up here where you can do something with your refined ore. Now you could go and just sell it, the raw ore. If you don't have a ship, you could just select it. You'll get about 140,000 credits for it. Alpha UEC, okay. Or is what I do, and it takes a couple days, but it's worth it. Basically doubles its value, really. I just refine it. So I select my prospector, and I set up a work order, and I use the Dynex solvanation. That's a very low speed, low cost, high yield refining process. There's other ones: low yield, high cost, low speed, high cost, high yield. How much would that cost? So this one costs 40 grand, and it's 7 hours and 6 minutes. Okay. Moderate yield. But how much does it yield? Oh, it would yield 3039. That's not bad. So that's about the same thing as that. High yield. Low speed, moderate cost, high yield. Foreign exchange. Quote, 12,000 for 14 hours. That's actually not bad. And it yields about the same. Okay. You can even reduce the cost even further. Moderate yield. Dynex, that's a high yield, and that costs 6,400. But it almost takes 2 days. So I'm actually going to do the foreign exchange because the new patch 3.17 is coming out soon, and I don't know when and how. It might drop any moment. So you know what? I'm gonna use this. 12 grand, 6 grand less from what I would have had. Not a bad. Normally I use this if I'm grinding on like a Sunday or something. I'll do the Dynex solvanation. But the foreign exchanges, I think, is a good compromise, and it cuts the time more than half, because if you do the Dynex and you get a quote, that's almost 2 days. So a quarter of the time, a little bit less than a quarter of the time, for twice the cost. I mean, you're going to get 280 from this anyways, so you're at about I mean, you're going to get about 240, 250 at the end of the day, which is not a bad deal for almost 13 grand. Yeah, I'm just going to do that one. It's going to yield the same thing as the Dynex process. Work order accepted. Boom, it'll be ready in 14 hours. And that is how you mine Quantanium. It's pretty good. What you think? I think I'm gonna do one more run here. Trying to get, just make it worth my while. Do like 500,000 credits. I'm sitting at 750 right now. You can I usually do about 3 runs. Each run can take anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. So yeah, it all depends. Let's do one more run. Let's make 500,000 today.
Yeah,
So,
I'm here.
Hey, yeah. So as you can see,
Hey.
like, let's go. Let's do a mining run. Come on.
Nah, I still gotta read up on it.
What do you mean? Read up on what? I just showed you what you gotta do.
Well, yeah, you showed me, but it's gotta sink in, and I gotta know how to do it. But
Oh, the only way you're gonna know how to do is if you practice. Don't worry, I blew up my ship a couple times before I got it down right. Like, it's not like you won't get your ship back or anything. Just claim it. It takes what, 5 minutes? You just really gotta manage your power state. Try on like lesser rocks, ones that have, I don't know, more or less, or
so the only one thing that I have a question about, pretty much, because everything else you can figure out. Hold on, because I'm getting an echo and I don't know where it's going from.
you're probably watching the stream still. That's why.
Okay, hold on. Okay, the only thing that I had a question with is the timer that starts ticking. The timer, what's the timer dependent on? Is that the ore that it's supposed to explode? That's the
Yeah,
thing?
the ore is unstable.
Oh, okay.
The ore explodes and you're screwed. Well, you just gotta. That's why I said you gotta break everything apart first, and then you worry about everything else, and then you collect it all at once. That
Yeah,
was actually like a
the
really
color.
good example, like a textbook example of it couldn't have gone any better. Like that was like those mining runs usually don't happen, man. You know, it's a where's the sun? Oh yeah, it's behind me. There's usually something like one of the things is it's hard to find like it like oh I can't see the sun. Oh, there it is. I usually don't find Quantanium that fast. Like, it has happened to me several times. I think it is the distance. Usually, like...
Okay, so now I can watch you how you...
What?
Now I can watch you how you jump out of the space.
Oh. Usually, like... the closer I get to that distance, the better. So it's 39,461, right? The closer you get to that 39,461, I find the better quality the resources are, because that's band 5, right? But I mean, you can do it. I've done it. Going to Stanton, you can jump this way, you can jump this way, you can jump this way, you can jump this way. So pretty much like any of these things, like have it, except for this. Well, no, this one does too. Yeah. So all these here, you can jump to, and there's a specific distance that takes you to band 5, right?
So it's not just getting to the point of it where it is. It's just you gotta jump out at this certain moment.
Well, it's the distance, right? And it goes both ways. It travels both ways, so you can always look at the opposite. This is also the reason I do this is because this is the shortest path. Crew L5 is the shortest path to 39,765. Okay. 39,546. Gotta wait for it to cool down. Here, pretty close. I got a lot closer last jump. I'm gonna clear that, and I'm gonna set that. Nope, I gotta minimize this here.
There's no other way to point and shoot trajectory? No?
No. Okay, these are behind. You know what? I'm in the vicinity. I'm gonna check these out. Generally don't travel one rock. Okay, let's just point ourselves where we need to go. So one of the easiest ways to know if you're heading in the right direction is literally, like, arc L1 is 180 degrees opposite of the sun. And that's why I switched the destination, because, see? 180 degrees opposite, so you know you're traveling against, so you can see all the rocks, point yourself in between them, and just crank up the speed and just cruise like one rock, just keep going, veer off a little bit here and there just to see what we've got. And oh, we got 2 rocks here. Oh, we got 3 rocks here. What we got here? Sometimes you just want to make sure you're traveling in one direction. You don't want to get turned around and start scanning rocks that you've already scanned. There we go. We got a couple of markers here. 3. You gotta wait till it gets below 5,000, and you'll know how many rocks there are. 1. I do not even bother unless they have to have minimum of 2 for me. Oh, there we go. We got something there. M-type. See, this is a quick way of telling. It says M-type in the top right. I'm not even going to bother. It's not a Q-type, so it's not Quantanium. Keep going. That's the mining game. 7,000. Yeah, I'll come up here. Type? Nope. I like the mining laser scanning. I just get a little bit closer and then just point it, and then I know right away what's there. If it's a Quantanium or not, and you're looking for Q-type asteroids. Okay, let's jack up the speed a little bit. We got 1 rock here. Yeah, 1 rock. Myself between these 2. There's more here. One rock, 2 rocks. Oh, there's a cluster right there of what we're about to find out. Couple clusters actually. Notice how there's a lot of them here, like in this area. That's a good sign. Okay, I don't think these are rocks that are going to be scannable. Yeah. Some of them are bugged, and you won't be able to scan the rock. Yeah, these ones are bugged. Yeah, these rocks are bugged. This does happen too. Sometimes you will come across Quantanium rocks like this, and you won't be able to scan them. I don't think this is even a rock, is it? No, it's just an empty space. And let me see. This is not scannable either. Okay, these are bogus. Such is the game. This might be a long mining haul. 1 rock. Crank up the speed a little bit here. Too far. think I got turned around. Shit. I did. I went back where I already scanned those rocks. See, this is why you want to keep pointing in a singular direction and keep traveling in that direction. Because that will happen. That was already attempted to scan those. Just crank to speed. Get to that sweet spot, man. How far am I? 1,000 kilometers. Yeah, I'm actually not that far. Sometimes it just doesn't want to give you the spontaneum, man.
I bet you those are on a respawn timer or something.
I don't know, I think they're just kind of random. Gotta keep going, man, gotta keep going.
The only drug pretty much in the whole thing is just finding it.
Yeah, you just gotta know how to look. Nope. M-type.
So if one of the rocks in a cluster is gonna be different type, then anything else is not gonna be the difference?
Nope. Yeah, they're the same type. Because they scan as one, right? They scan as a single box here. Right? They appear as a single box. See?
Okay,
There's just going to
gotcha.
be a cluster in there. That means all of them are going to be the same. What? What was this? I didn't press Y. Okay. I'm gonna check these out first. These ones are okay. Nope. No Quantanium. Okay, let's go see these.
Mining mode on. Mining mode off.
I usually never point at the rocks when I'm going to them because I don't want to accidentally hit them if I'm going too fast. Okay, what we got here?
Mining mode on.
M-type. Nope. See how those rocks show up in mining mode, but they don't show up when you scan for them?
On.
Kind of bugged.
Mining mode off.
Okay, where is my... There it is. Try not to veer off too much off course, or you can get turn around very easily.
Yeah, you lost me a while ago.
No, that's why I set the course. I always look at that, right? I always keep that as a point of reference. This is Arc L1, so...
I actually thought the course of action point was somewhere to your left at this moment.
No, it's right there, right in front of me. Backing out here. got turned around. Yeah, okay. I gotta stop doing that. Not Quantanium anyways. rocks just appeared. I think this might be Quantanium. No, it's not. Oh, turned around. Oh, there it is.
So the belt is actually pretty wide enough for you to not to fly easily out of it.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it?
if dude, I not using hydrogen fuel, that's for sure. Oh, there's Quantanium in these two rocks. One of them has 8%.
Mining mode
Hopefully the
on.
other one has a little bit more. %, and how much? Nope, not enough. Not worth it.
Mining mode
Not worth it. But those are the first Quantanium rocks we found, so there's bound to be some more around here, hopefully. These fake rocks? Nope, they're real rocks. M-type, nope.
mining mode on.
One rock.
Mining mode off.
We found some Quantanium, but 8% is not enough to mine anything. Yep, it's pretty dry, but I usually spend like one day doing at least like 3 runs. One rock.
The most time consuming is finding the
Yeah,
appropriate
sometimes you
rock.
get lucky and you'll drop out and you'll find it like right away, just like you saw last run. Like, it happens.
And this is the other run.
And this is the other run. This is the one where like shit. You're bound to find it. You just gotta travel in one direction. Okay, I'm gonna speed up a little bit and just travel in a single direction.
Hydrogen fuel at 75%.
It's gonna be one of those runs, is it? Five more minutes and then I'm gonna give it up on this run. Oh. It's hard to see the rocks going this way, especially the closer you are to the sun here. And not Quantanium. Oh, where am I going? There.
Mining mode on.
Of course, Quantanium rocks, and they're not scannable. Damn it. Alright.
Mining mode off.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going.
Alright, man.
Thanks for showing me.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna stop this right now too because I've already been at this for over half an hour and it ain't worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, man.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Alright, later.
Bye.
Mining mode on.
Nope. Not worth it. 16% is just not enough. Oh, fake rock. Let me guess, these aren't scannable.
Mining mode
Fuck.
on.
Oy vey. Okay. Nothing.
Mining mode off.
Well, came close. lost 2 clusters here. That's it. Okay, screw it. Sometimes you just can't help it because, as you saw, I had several quantanium clusters that, well, a couple that weren't scannable. It is what it is. Sorry. It is what it is. Not much we can do about it. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. That's okay.
Proceed to assigned landing bay.
Landing gear down.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.